People, it's some of them want to get into stand-up. It's just a fantastic night of laughs. Laughs and laughs and laughs and jokes. I'm going to get things started if you're ready. I just want to know, okay, you guys are ready to laugh and make some noise. All right. I don't want to bring her up all tangled. I'm going to do this first. All right, guys, please welcome your host for this evening, Miss Lucie Guest.
Thanks, Dawn Whitwell! Best teacher ever. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm super excited. I'm actually fairly new to Toronto. I moved here from Vancouver to find myself. Missing mountains and like ocean and less career ambitious people. But my conversations with my sister have been, they've been great. They've been really bridesmaids-esque about whose city is better. The other day she called me and she said, oh my God, Lucie, Vancouver, it's like so beautiful right now. I woke up at like 8 a.m. and it was like 1,000,000 degrees outside. And I was like, well, okay, it's like June in Toronto, so the snow's melted, and it's probably gonna rain later. And then she was like, oh, well, like, I went for a hike to the top of a mountain, and I had to, like, reapply sunscreen twice. And I was like, okay, well, I went for a hike to my rooftop patio, so, she's like, and then I went in the ocean to cool off, the Pacific. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. So I ate a bag of granola and my throat closed up. And then I Googled the closest medical clinic, which I then got kicked out of because it's inside of a Loblaws, and I brought my dog for like moral support. And the guy was like, you can't be in here. It's like, no, your dog, what? And I was like, okay, well, like, sir, I ate a bag of granola, my throat's closing up, it's like an emergency. And he was like, it's unsanitary. And then I was like, having a medical clinic inside of a grocery store is unsanitary. And then he's like, get out. I was like, worry about people coughing on broccoli. Anyway, I just like wore her as a coat. It's fine. My new Toronto friends are like, Lucie, the best way to get to know Toronto is to like get out there and date our friend who just happens to be a yoga teacher. And I was like, yeah, cool, because a guy who's surrounded by women all day needs help finding one. He's obviously going to try and seduce me with a homemade antioxidant-rich green smoothie, and then try to impress me with some knowledge on consciousness because he took a weekend workshop in Sanskrit, and then call me frigid because I didn't want to go make out with him on the first date. You know what? Namaste out of my life forever, Hari Ramji. And her name is Joe. Just regular Joe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I don't want to just like swipe right onto somebody's cock. I feel like courting is important. I feel like we should take time. 3 months is good. Love letters, they can be texts. And then like a meeting in a meadow, a side braid, a gentle breeze, a horse galloping towards you in slow motion. You know, before anal, I feel that anal is like too much to ask. I'm becoming more of a feminist as I get older, and I feel like I want women to know that I support them. And so I've adopted new things. Lately I've noticed myself, whenever I see a female bus driver, I'm always like, good for you! My mom's French-Italian Catholic, and my dad is Irish, English, Protestant, so I was raised Hindu. And then I guess my parents were really obsessed with like the Beatles guru and meditation, and so we traveled a lot, just in search of the greatest community to live in. Being the new kid sucks, but being the new kid when your mom sort of drops you off at school and she's wearing full traditional Indian sari and she's white, it's really confusing for everyone involved. But my dad was like, it's so hard making friends. And my dad was like, I don't understand why you need friends for. Next thing you know, they're coming over to watch the hockey game, and they got a 24 case of beer and they can only drink half, and then they're passing around a crack pipe and a joint. And I was like, Dad, I'm 8. Guys. Don't you hate it when you wake up in the middle of the night because you peed your boss's bed? And you haven't been dating long enough for it to be like, this isn't a usual thing, you know? That's really hard to cover up. So I was like, I spilled tea through my body and into your bed. Anyway, we dated for like 7 years and he proposed. So ladies, if you want him to put a ring on it, just piss his bed. That's me. Thank you very much. I'm gonna keep the party going. Don't be shy. I asked our next comic how she wants to be introduced, or like, I don't want to mess up her name. It's Lauren Prusky, rhymes with husky. She's a babe. Bring it up for Lauren.
That was really lovely, Lucy. Thank you so much. My last name does rhyme with husky. That's not a joke. Okay, so I bet you guys, when you look at me right now, I bet you're wondering, is she Jewish? Or is she gay? Seriously, is she gay? Well, let's find out. Let's weigh the options. Let's do like best 2 out of 3, okay? So I'm gonna say gay people usually don't have a lot of family obligations. And I might even say that when some people come out, they lose their family obligations entirely. If more Jewish people knew that, there would be no straight Jews. Okay? So I think right now, 1-0 gay. Okay? Leaning towards gay. And then I think, there's a lot of, historically famous Jewish people, and that's enough to maybe pull me in, right? I mean, does anyone remember Lenny Kravitz? Okay. I mean, obviously Seinfeld, the Beastie Boys, 3 in 1, and Monica and Ross Geller. So, and I'm pretty sure, are the Police Academy movies Jewish? Because that's enough for me, 6 of those. So, okay, so I'm thinking one Jew, 1 gay. I mean, I could go either way right now, and sometimes I do. So, and then, okay, so this is the last one. Who's gonna win? I really like bagels. Who doesn't? Am I right? Or am I right? And I have a really sensitive stomach though, so, I heard that lesbians really liked gluten-free. I mean, I don't know that, but I heard it because my gay friend Ivan told me they did. Didn't you, Ivan?
It's true, they do.
So, guess I'm a lesbian. That's 2-1 gay. So I'm a lesbian, but for my next joke, I'm a Jew. So I went to Jewish camp for a long time. Thank you, Mom. Jewish camp isn't really different than other camps. They've got canoeing and kayaking and sailing and arts and crafts, blah, 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 blah. And therein lies the problem. Because what they should be teaching at a Jewish camp is survival skills. If you really think about it, the one camp where they do teach you survival skills would be like a Boy Scout camp, and I'm pretty sure that young white men don't have a problem surviving. So I guess, yeah, survival skills would be good. Like a cultural camouflage might be helpful. And that could be anything. That could be like reading skills, like learning how to read from the front to the back of a book instead of the back to the front. And I guess maybe culinary skills, like leaven your bread. My bread, our bread. Anyways, Jews. So, that's so insane that you laughed at that. You're all racist. Okay, I'm just gonna get real here, talk about my dad. I love my dad. But, when I was growing up, he always gave me advice. He always told me to be careful. But the problem with my father is that he really can't tell the difference between real and fake danger. Par example. My father has a serious fear of fire, which is a very legit fear. He's constantly bullying me to put everything in my apartment on insurance because he thinks I'm gonna burn my apartment down. He doesn't like open flames, he doesn't like candles. And so I'm scared of fire, and fear is, fire is a legit fear. But on the other hand, I'll go and visit my parents, and when I go out and have a cigarette, he'll stop me and block the door and look me right in the eye and say, "Watch out for coyotes." So now every time I have a cigarette, I am literally scared that there's coyotes around me at all times. And so I've actually embedded these fears inside of me. I'm scared of fire, I'm scared of coyotes, and I'm starting to realize that I'm turning into my dad, which is really